The invisible chains of the mind. You believe you're a rational, logical being. You trust your judgment to make the right decisions in life, business, and finance, don't you? But what if I told you that the single greatest obstacle to your success, your freedom, your peace of mind, isn't some external economic force you can't control? What if it's far more insidious, a silent saboteur lurking within the very architecture of your own skull? Charlie Munger, the legendary partner to Warren Buffett and arguably the most lucid thinker of the last century, issued a chilling, profound warning. He declared that most people, even the exceptionally intelligent, have absolutely no idea how their own minds are subtly, continuously, and devastatingly betraying them. They are caught in invisible psychological traps, hardwired biases that steer them toward catastrophic decisions, costing them fortunes, opportunities, and happiness, all without them ever truly realizing what's happening. This isn't just about understanding financial markets. It's about understanding the internal operating system that controls your reality. Munger believed that if you fail to grasp these insights, your own mind is set to sabotage everything you've ever built, worse than any market crash could. Today, on the Munger Almanac, we are not just exploring a concept. We are revealing Charlie Munger's ultimate, most vital warning. Prepare to see yourself and the world with a brutal, piercing clarity you never imagined possible. This video is not about being ungrateful. It's about mental self-defense. If you're ready to tear down the barriers to your success, if you're prepared to master your mind and, as a result, your destiny, then this channel is for you. Hit that like button right now and subscribe to the Munger Almanac. Ring that notification bell to be alerted about every new transformative truth we share. Your journey to wisdom begins with understanding that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is just say, "No, thank you." Part I, the core traps, the psychology of misjudgment. For decades, while others obsessed over balance sheets and market indicators, Munger delved into something far more fundamental, the human mind itself. He saw a pervasive, silent epidemic, what he termed the psychology of human misjudgment. These aren't just academic theories. They are the fundamental flaws in our cognitive machinery, ancient wiring that once served our ancestors but now, in the modern world, leads us astray. Munger didn't just diagnose the problem. He offered the ultimate guide to navigate this labyrinth of irrationality, beginning with the most important territory, your own mind. The greatest gift is one that creates no debt. Reciprocation bias. The golden chain. This is the most effective use of the bias. Companies give out free samples. Our minds, in response, create an obligation. Suddenly, we're not evaluating the product itself, but our need to pay them back. This can lead to buying things we don't want, just to settle the score. Never buy something just to return the favor. Confirmation bias, the echo chamber in your skull. This isn't just a tendency. It's a relentless drive within your mind to seek out, interpret, and remember information that confirms what you already believe. Simultaneously, it effortlessly dismisses, discounts, or twists anything that contradicts your existing worldview. Think about your social media feed, your preferred news channels, or even your conversations with friends. How often do you genuinely seek out an argument against your strongest opinions? Your mind isn't seeking objective truth. It's relentlessly seeking validation for its existing narrative. This bias traps you in echo chambers, blinds you to critical, disconfirming evidence, and forces you into decisions based on a dangerously incomplete, self-serving understanding of reality. As Munger famously stated, man is happiest when his mind is most occupied in confirming his own prejudices. This isn't just about politics or religion. It's why investors cling to losing stocks, why leaders ignore warning signs, and why brilliant people can double down on terrible ideas. Your mind is building a prison of its own making, confirming its own biases until it's too late. Overconfidence bias, the illusion of genius. Next, we confront the pervasive overconfidence bias. We all believe we're above average, don't we? Smarter, more disciplined, better drivers, superior investors. This isn't just a mild ego boost. It's a cognitive delusion that causes us to vastly overestimate our own abilities, our knowledge, and the precision of our predictions. This potent bias breeds arrogance, pushing individuals into making massive, ill-advised bets based on flimsy information or a fleeting sense of genius. It prevents genuine learning by making us dismiss feedback and ignore our critical limitations. It is, without exaggeration, a guaranteed recipe for financial ruin, entrepreneurial collapse, and profound personal disappointment. Munger, with his characteristic humility, cautioned, "If you don't have a little bit of insecurity, you're an idiot." True wisdom, he taught, is not knowing everything, but understanding the vast, humbling expanse of what you don't know. This bias makes you your own worst enemy, leading you to believe your hype rather than your reality. The reciprocation tendency, the unspoken contract. Then there's the subtly dangerous reciprocation tendency. This is your mind's deep, often unconscious, biological imperative to return favors, gifts, or concessions even when doing so is not truly in your best interest. Master manipulators, from cunning salespeople to seasoned negotiators, exploit this human wiring with ruthless efficiency. They offer a seemingly small gesture of free sample, a minor concession in a negotiation, an unexpected compliment, knowing that your mind will then feel a powerful, almost irresistible, compulsion to reciprocate with a much larger one. This bias can trap you into unfavorable business deals, compel you to purchase things you absolutely don't need, or make social commitments you later bitterly regret. You feel obligated, trapped by a sense of fairness, even when the initial favor was merely a strategic opening for their gain. Munger, ever the shrewd observer, warned, if you want a fair deal, you don't start with a gift. Understanding this bias is crucial for protecting your boundaries, safeguarding your resources, and making truly independent, objective decisions in a world full of hidden agendas.
Bias from reciprocation tendency, including the tendency of one in a role to act as other persons expect. Well, here again, Cialdini does a magnificent job at this, and you're all going to be given a copy of Cialdini's book. And if you have half as much sense as I think you do, you will immediately order copies for all of your children and several of your friends. You will never make a better investment. It is so easy to be a patsy for what he calls the compliance practitioners of this life. And but at any rate, reciprocation tendency is a very, very powerful phenomenon, and Cialdini demonstrated this by running around a campus, and he asked people to take juvenile delinquents to the zoo. And it was a campus, and so 1 in 6 actually agreed to do it. And after he'd accumulated the statistical output, he went around on the same campus and he asked other people, he said, gee, would you devote 2 afternoons a week to taking juvenile delinquents somewhere and suffering greatly yourself to help them? And there he got 100% of the people to say no. But after he'd made the first request, he backed off a little. He said, well, would you at least take them to the zoo 1 afternoon? He raised the compliance rate from 1/3 to 1/2. He got 3 times the success by just going through the little ask for a lot and back off. Now, if the human mind on a subconscious level can be manipulated that way.
Munger himself put it best when he said, that powerful insight is the cornerstone of his philosophy. It is a reminder that the war for your success is fought not in the market, but within your own mind. And that war can only be won with the right mental defenses. Cliffhanger. But these are just a few of the invisible traps. What happens when these biases work together to form a perfect storm of self-destruction? In the next part, we'll reveal the compounding effect of these misjudgments and Munger's ultimate defense against them. Part 2. the antidote of Munger building the defenses. Munger's solution wasn't for us to become cold, but to become more aware of the forces that move us. The antidote to the reciprocation bias is a radical awareness of debt. The greatest gift is an honest analysis of your own mind. The inversion principle, thinking backwards. This isn't just a trick. It's a fundamental shift in perspective. Instead of solely asking, "How can I succeed?" Munger rigorously urged you to ask, "How and where could I fail miserably?" Actively identify every conceivable way you could ruin your life, your investments, your career, your relationships. Then, and only then, scrupulously avoid those paths with every fiber of your being. This forces you to confront brutal realities, revealing pitfalls you'd never see if you were merely chasing positive outcomes directly. As Munger famously quipped, "All I want to know is where I'm going to die, so I'll never go there." This simple, yet profound, mental model bypasses many biases by focusing on prevention rather than naive pursuit. The multidisciplinary lattice work, the web of wisdom. This is the cornerstone of Munger's genius. He didn't believe in mastering one field. He argued you must rigorously build a web, a latticework of the greatest ideas, the foundational principles drawn from every major discipline: psychology, history, physics, biology, engineering, mathematics, philosophy. By having this rich tapestry of diverse mental models, you gain multiple, distinct lenses through which to view every problem and opportunity. You identify hidden patterns, predict outcomes with far greater accuracy, and crucially, you avoid the devastating tunnel vision caused by thinking solely within a narrow, single discipline. This broad, interconnected knowledge isn't just smart, it literally rewires your brain, making it far more resilient to the biases. You've got to have many models, Munger insisted. You've got to have a latticework of models in your head. And if you don't have this latticework, you'll go through life and you'll miss a lot of what's really happening. But even with these tools, how do you defend against the one person who can most easily deceive you? The answer lies in a brutal, continuous practice of self-honesty. In the final part, we reveal the ultimate path to true freedom. Part 3. The ultimate defense: radical self-awareness. Munger understood that recognizing you are susceptible to these biases, that your mind will try to betray you, is the absolute first, most critical step towards countering them. You must actively challenge your own deeply held beliefs. You must fervently seek out disconfirming evidence, even when it's uncomfortable. And you must ferociously protect yourself from the ego's desire for mere validation. The 10-second rule. Before accepting a gift or favor, pause for 10 seconds. Ask yourself, what mental obligation is this gesture creating? This brief pause gives your rational mind time to catch up to your emotional one. The debt journal: keep a mental record of every time you felt the pressure of reciprocity. Note the situation, who made the offer, and how you reacted. Analyze. Did I act rationally? Could I have made a better choice? Radical humility. Munger practiced continuous, brutal self-assessment. He was famously ruthless in admitting his own errors and biases, almost celebrating his mistakes as learning opportunities. He understood that without this unwavering self-criticism, this radical humility, you will be perpetually trapped by your past decisions, unable to adapt and truly learn. If you don't get the biases out of your own conduct, you're in deep trouble, he starkly warned. Cliffhanger. We've unmasked the traps and armed ourselves with Munger's principles. But what's the ultimate reward for winning this war against your own mind? The answer is not just financial. The final section will reveal the true, profound prize for achieving this mastery. Part 4. The path to unrivaled clarity. The wisdom of Charlie Munger isn't merely academic. It's a lifeline. Your mind, left unchecked, can be your greatest enemy, subtly sabotaging every decision, every opportunity, every ounce of potential you possess. But armed with Munger's profound insights, it can be transformed into your most powerful, most accurate, most reliable ally. His ultimate warning has been delivered. The choice now is starkly clear. Will you continue to operate on autopilot, a passive, unwitting victim of your own invisible biases, perpetually underperforming and unaware? Or will you embrace Munger's timeless mental models, rigorously train your mind, and fundamentally transform your decisions, your wealth, and the entire trajectory of your life? The greatest competitive advantage you can ever possess isn't found in markets or algorithms or exclusive networks. It resides squarely within your own head, and Charlie Munger just handed you the definitive map to unlock it. If you are ready to master your mind, transcend mediocrity, and unlock unparalleled wisdom, subscribe to the Munger Almanac right now. Hit that like button to ensure this vital warning from Charlie Munger reaches more people who desperately need to hear it. And in the comments below, tell us, which of these powerful mental biases has affected you the most, and what steps are you taking to overcome it? Your insight could help others on this crucial journey.